I didn't spiral this time. Welcome to the Self-Concept Bestie podcast. I'm your host, Laura. A few months ago, something like this would have completely thrown me. Stress, overthinking, proper victim mode, worst case scenario. But this time, my car broke down and I did not spiral. I felt steady. I trusted that it was going to be okay. And guess what? It was. It made me really realise something. The happiest people aren't the ones that have everything or the ones that have it all figured out. They are the ones that decide not to allow situations to break them and make the best of that situation. So, 2 days ago, we're driving to work. And what happens? I'm on one of the busiest roads locally and my car engine overheats. Beeping, I have to idle engine, it's screaming at me. Now, anyone that knows me knows, as far as I know about cars, is that the tyres are black. So I pull over on the main road, hazards on, turn off the engine. What am I meant to do? Do I get out the car? I couldn't get out the car. There was cars passing. So I sat, I breathed for 5 minutes, and then I decided, right, I'm going to try it again, see if the engine's cooled down. It had. I managed to get to my mum's, which was a 2-minute drive away. Got in, opened up the bonnet, and there was no coolant in the car. But there'd be no indication, there'd be nothing. So I wasn't too sure what was going on. So I'd filled it up with some water and contacted the garage. They couldn't get me in till next week. Next week? I need a car. So I got in contact with a guy who I know that works at the garage. And by some magic, I managed to get my car in the next day. So got to work and then took it up, dropped it off and hoped for the best. But throughout all of this, I just didn't panic. There was not an ounce of me thinking, oh my God, why me? I just sat and something in me was saying, Laura, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So I got a message from the garage yesterday with their video health check and what was wrong with it. Anybody who's listening that doesn't know cars, yous are in the same boat as me. But if anybody that does understand, they'll know how much of a big job this was going to be. So there was a leak in the water pump. There was a crack in the ball joint, and there was also oil leaking from the timing chain. But that needed to be investigated. They didn't know. So luckily I took out a warranty package and they'd came back and they'd said the timing, the water pump was covered and so was the ball joint, but they didn't know about the timing chain. So they needed to do an investigation, which if it came back that there was something needing fixed and it wasn't covered, I had to pay for it. So I said, right, let's do the investigation. In between all of this, I then phoned a local garage who I know, and they told me that it would be minimum £850 to get fixed. Minimum, if it wasn't covered. So anyway, I said, go ahead. 2 hours later, I get a call. It needs a whole brand new timing chain. And guess what? It's covered. Of course it's covered. So the car is getting fixed for free. And I already knew that this was going to be okay. I already knew. But I didn't waste 2 days wallowing in self-pity, scared, full of fear, in a what-if scenario. I just trusted that whatever came up, I was going to be able to handle. Just to kind of put it into a bit of context of the how my life is and my perception of it. Because I think people could maybe listen to this and think, oh, she's got it all figured out. Life must be great. So if you're driving, please don't do this. And if you're out walking, maybe don't want to do this. But if you can, if you've got time, go ahead and just close your eyes for me. And I want you to picture a single mum, 2 kids, a mortgage, a broken down car, going to be unemployed in 4 weeks. What does her life look like? Does it look happy? Does it look calm? Does it look steady? Does she look like she knows that everything is going to work out, or is she scared? She's got two little people who rely on her to feed them. I'm about to tell you that is me. That is my current situation. But in amongst all of that, I know what I'm building is already successful. I know that what I'm building is going to be able to provide for me and my kids. I know that that car was going to be fixed. I know that I will be able to pay my bills somehow, some way. Because I have unshakable belief. I have changed the beliefs I hold in my brain that everything does work out for me. So even to the outside, even to people who might think, how? I just know. I know you might be asking, but how do you know, Laura? How do you know? When you've got a belief within you that everything goes wrong, there's a part of our brain, it's called the reticular activating system. Don't know if that's the right word. And it filters out everything that we believe to be true. So if we believe that nothing works out, we believe that we never have any money, and believe that everything is against us, that RAS system will filter everything out to prove you right. But what happens when we start to change the beliefs on a core level, like I've been doing, on a subconscious level, the subconscious undercurrent, the beliefs are that everything is going to work out no matter what. That I am safe no matter what. That I can handle whatever is thrown at me no matter what. Then what ends up happening is that part of my brain, that RAS part of the brain, will filter out everything that is going right in my life. What I did notice, and as somebody who has the beliefs that everything is working out, when you're around people that don't believe that, they can sometimes project their fears onto you. And they'll maybe panic, oh, well, Laura, that wasn't working out then for you, was it? They'll almost throw back your belief in your face because they don't maybe believe that everything is always working out. And that's okay. But what I've learned about myself, when somebody will say to me, well, Laura, that wasn't working out for you then, was it? Like, actually, it was. They might not see how it was working out. They don't need to understand how I see it. They don't need to understand my beliefs. I need to understand them. I need to believe them. Because nobody outside of me holds any power over me. Nobody will get to tell me what is true for me, what I believe about me, and how my view and perception on what is happening is going to affect me. That's the turning point. When you have your unshakable beliefs. And even if you don't right now, even if you know there's something you need to change, because I notice things in my life all the time. Oh, where did that belief come from? But now I have the power to change it. I don't need to change anybody else's beliefs. I just need to change my own. Because it's my life. It's my happiness. It's my perception. Not anyone else's. The old Laura would have sunk into, oh my God, they're right. It's not working out. Oh my God, I'm trying to tell myself it's working out and it totally isn't. What am I going to do? And then the spiral would have started, even although I was solid before. But now that flip, that I trust myself more than anything. It's that calm trust in me. I don't need that external fear. I don't search for that external fear. And the reason is because I do believe that everything is working out. So instinctively, I don't ask for it. I don't look for it. When I got told that I was getting made redundant at work, I didn't tell anybody. And not because I was ashamed, not because I was scared, but because I knew they would project their fears onto me. What are you going to do? What about the kids? What about your house? And all of these fears, I would have started consuming them. And my brain would have started questioning, okay, Laura, but what about this? But I stayed grounded. I stayed trusting and I stayed calm. I had a plan and I started executing it. Because I trusted so much that what I was going to be building was already successful. I don't need the fears of anybody else to tell me that it's not going to work, because I know. And I don't need anybody else's permission to fly. I don't need anybody else's permission to say, yeah, Laura, it's going to be okay for me to believe that, because I already do believe it. So I'm not outsourcing my power to anybody else. I turn my power inwards. So when things happen in my life now, when the old me would have been, why is this happening to me? Why? Oh, only me. If it wasn't for no luck, what is the saying? If it wasn't for luck, I would have none. Do you hear yourself saying these things? Nothing ever goes right for us. Oh, this has been a cracker that a lot of people have said to me a lot recently. If it's not one thing, it's another. And you know what? I just smile and nod. And in my head, I'm thinking, no, it's not actually. I think things are going pretty great. Things are going pretty smooth. But to that person consumed by fear, not regulated, not trusting, not calm, my situation does look chaotic. My situation potentially could look devastating. But when you're grounded and you're calm and you trust yourself so much, you have no option to just believe in yourself and to see happiness in all of these small moments, to see where it is all working out. So now, this has been a question that has changed my life. And one that I asked myself, actually, there's two that I'm going to share with you, but this one. So instead of asking myself, why is this happening to me? Why me? I now ask myself, what can I learn from this? What is this trying to show me? Because what am I believing in this moment that's going to make me spiral? Our beliefs are all different. They are formed from experiences, situations, trauma that we have had throughout our whole life. And our brain doesn't want to feel like how they felt in that moment, so they'll create a belief to keep us safe. But what that can do is that can hold you back from actually seeing the beauty, trusting yourself wholeheartedly. When you can start to see your patterns, you can start to change the beliefs. Then what you can do, and what I have been able to do, what I do now, is I've made my nervous system feel safe in the unknown. I've made my nervous system and my brain feel safe in uncertainty, because nothing external will guarantee my safety. Nothing. There was a story that I heard. It was about this billionaire. And it was, I'll be happy when I get this green car. He got the green car. But he never felt happy. So he thought, oh, I'll get it in red. So he went and got it in red. But he still never felt happy. So then he went and got it in blue. And he still never felt happy. He was never going to feel happy. That car wasn't the source of his happiness. He was. And until we realise that we are the source of our own happiness, that we create the safety, we create the joy through what we decide to see life, the lens that we decide to see life through. That's when you can start seeing happiness. When you can ask yourself, okay, I really believe that nothing ever works out for me. But that is just a belief. What happens when we change it? What happens when I decide to choose to believe different? When you start feeling safe internally, you can handle life differently. You can handle life throws at you all these curveballs. You don't spiral. You're still safe. You're still grounded. And you know that it's going to be okay. We don't need to ask anybody else for that validation. We don't need the external to tell us we're safe, because we already are. That's been the shift for me. Being able to change what I believe about myself. I don't need to change what I believe about the outside, about what other people believe. I need to change what I believe, because naturally our brains will filter out what we believe. So what are you choosing today? What beliefs are we choosing today? Are we choosing to believe that what we see isn't working out for us, is going wrong, that life is just like a mundane, slow walking pad? Or are we choosing to see the happy moments in between? To know that we are supported, to know that we trust ourselves enough that we'll figure it out, to know that it's always working out in our favour. I am big on the law of assumption. So any of my manifestation people listening, woo-woo people, love a bit of manifesting. Now, under the law of assumption, it states what you assume to be true will be true in your reality. You'll have heard me say it before. Yeah, what does that mean? Your beliefs are the core. So what do you believe in to be true? Really ask yourself. I would challenge you today. Get a pen and paper and write down what you believe to be true about your life. What you keep on saying. And then you've got a decision whether or not you want to change them. You want to look for the resources and the tools to change them. Because when we can pull ourselves out of victim mode, we can pull ourselves out of that negative unsafety, and we can start to regulate. We start to become thankful. We start to be full of gratitude. Because gratitude isn't about being grateful when everything's perfect. Everything's like, oh, life seems great just now. You're like, oh, yes, everything's great. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. It's choosing to appreciate and be grateful for all the little moments, moments when things aren't ideal, when things are going to shit. Because see if we can be grateful in the small moments and the uncertainty when life looks like a volcano has just erupted. That's what actually creates better outcomes. That's when life starts to change. Life's always going to give us unexpected moments. Things aren't going to go to plan. There's going to be uncertainty left, right, and centre. But your power is in who you decide to be in those moments. You can choose to be the person that spirals or the person that steadies himself and trusts. I'm choosing to be the woman who trusts and that everything is always working out for me. And guess what? You get to choose that too. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, today is already an amazing day.